Go for it.
Friggin' what up, dude? Strider Wilson, and I'm the host of this podcast that's mine, going to be called History Is Dank. History is Dank with Strider Wilson. Dankness from the
Friggin' what up, dude? Welcome back to another ep of History Is Dank. I'm your host, Strider Wilson, dude. We got Aaron going beast mode on the sticks, dude. What's going down, Aaron, dude?
What up?
Dude, I'm freaking chilling, dude. I'm freaking huge announcement, dude. Honestly, huge thanks. Filmed my first stand-up special about a week ago. Filmed it on April 1st. Paperback Brewery, produced by ATC. My dear friend, Jordana Brewster, a.k.a. Mia Toretto. Very grateful to have this team. JT directed. Chad freaking set the tempo, came in, was basically the master of ceremonies, absolute beast. Aaron, you cruised out to the late show. I hope you had fun.
Oh, it was so great.
Dude, I'm so fired up. We're editing it now, so stay tuned. I'll let you know where it lands and when you can watch it. So just coming off that high, feeling so good. Super, super fun. Of course, now I'm watching the edit and I'm like, should have thought of a punchline there. You know, a very pretentious statement I'm about to say. I would say stand-up is always an incomplete, or I should say fluctuating form or art form, if we can say that.
So's film. Like, you never feel done.
Yeah.
You just have to get it out at some point.
Exactly. It's just, you can always tinker. And maybe that differs for styles. Like, I feel like Dangerfield, because it's also one of those things, like, he might deliver it better, and it is this interaction with the audience, which makes it so great, where literally every time it's going to be a little bit different, which is part of the reason why you get stressed out and you're like, shit, man, well, I better bring it. I better be ready to rock and roll. I'm going to get some head cold on that day. You know, you always think, why do we always think of negative thoughts? How come our brain can't just think of too many positive scenarios? That'd be so sick.
It's evolution, man. It's kept us alive this long, unfortunately.
That's true. You know what? That's a historical angle, and this is a freaking dank-ass historical podcast. Good call. It's just, you have to, if we were like cavemen being like, dude, I'm going to go outside. Probably, honestly, I think a saber-toothed tiger is going to suck my dick. And when I go outside, I'm probably going to get blown by a freaking woolly mammoth. Probably going to have a great conversation with the woolly mammoth. Maybe they talk. I'm going to go up, and whisper something in its ear. Dead.
That dude's dead, yeah.
Dead. You're dead. Yeah, it's got to be hardwired into us. You're right.
Yeah.
The negative thoughts keep us alive.
Before we get too far off this special, I want to say shout out to the serial killer sitting in front of me who didn't seem to laugh once.
What?
Despite the entire crowd going wild.
Is that Kevin the Schmoll?
No, I wish I could. I wish I could put it on him. I don't know who this dude was.
What psycho was this?
I don't know, man.
Thank God I didn't see him.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it only I could see him, I'm sure, and I was just like, what?
That's so funny.
And it happened again. Like I sat next to someone on Friday at the Wiltern for Jeselnik, one of the greats.
Oh, he's the best, dude. My brother just saw him at the Improv. I love.
I mean, how like sitting there for his punchlines, and then just boom when the punchline hits, the whole crowd, and then the lady next to me not laughing. It was just like, what the fuck? Maybe
someone brought them. They don't know, or they're just like they were tired. Yeah, that's just kind of crazy. I mean, at least open yourself up to getting tickled a little bit. And if you don't, then bounce. You know what I'm saying? Like, can always bounce.
I mean, if the dude heard free beer, I guess.
That was the big thing for my special, was there's free beer. I'm very proud of that, dude. If there's anything that I'm proud of, it's the free brewskis. And no, but everyone that works so hard, it's truly collaborative. It is
it looked
indulgent.
Beautiful.
Dude, it looked amazing, bro. Everyone was a professional. I can only hope the material lives up. Hey, maybe that person was just high. Sometimes I tell myself, I'm like, they're just like so stoned in their head. They're like, Like, I did talk to a dude after the show who was like, dude, like, I wasn't sure how to react because the cameras were going on. I was like, should I be laughing or like, and he was there for both shows. And he's like, then on the second show, I was like, yeah, I should probably laugh. I'm like, yeah, dude. Yeah, probably, bro.
A cameraman posted up right next to me at some point, so you'll see me in one of the cuts, I'm sure.
I want that, dude. I want to cut to all the boys, dude. I got to think of a good title for it, dude. Could be Boys Trips, dude. Could be For the Boy. I don't know, dude.
For the Boys would be fun.
For the Boys isn't bad, but then I don't want to alienate anybody because it's for the ladies too, you know?
Yeah.
So we'll see. Think about that. Anyways, very stoked on that. And then I was stoked on last week talking about our motorsports Dank off, learning about that.
Oh, so fun.
Super awesome. Always love a Dank off. And I thought of this subject and I go, you know what? What's like something that's sort of we've all experienced, it's all universal, that's really relatable. I went on Reddit to get stories about this, but didn't really get the best ones. All of them were like more crazy and more about hitchhiking. But today's topic is about carpooling. When did this start? Why does it happen? What's the reasoning behind it? And will we get back to it? Or are we in a new era of carpooling with rideshare and everything that, is being in based on my research, there's a few elements that affect carpooling and incentivize it. It's support from big business and, of course, federal government. We'll get into that. This is like the carpooling was majorly studied first in the 70s. Came about not long after, and if you consider rideshare or taxi a form of carpooling, which we do, and which statistically they do in the 70s, it came about soon after the invention of the Model T, which we'll get to. But the booms in carpooling come up when there's World War II. We saw a boom because of need for conservation. Also with environmentalism, some acts that we'll get into, and acts, I mean Congress, bills by Congress that wanted to incentivize it. But it's mainly this combination of economic recession, rising oil prices, technological advancement that usher in these eras of carpooling. And then what keeps it from happening, I mean, first and foremost, I think before we dive into the research, I'd like to share, I mean, I have epic memories of carpooling. We all did it basically for school. Riding the bus,
Yep.
I'm going to consider a little different. I'm going to say carpooling should be either a cab, rideshare today, public transit is a little bit different. I feel like someone should own the vehicle or vessel that you're in. Even if it's a moped, I saw that in Thailand. I saw a 12-year-old riding a moped and a baby strapped to his chest, and then the 5-year-old was standing with his hands on the dials, cruising through traffic in Thailand. I was like, oh my gosh. Yeah. I'm like, dude, I respect that. I'm like, that 12-year-old's more of a man than me, dude. I'm like, this guy has so much responsibility on that moped right now. I didn't even want to rent one and just cruise down to the beach. I'm like, I'll die. But you know what? He's in it. He's living it.
I did it for a couple hours. It was terrifying.
Yeah, you got.
I wasn't even in mainland, so I can only imagine.
Oh, bro, it was insane. Crossing the street there, I remember we had these, you took like a walking tour, and we're like, when do we cross? When does it stop? And they're like, no, you just go. The cars will miss you. Just don't stop, because then you'll probably get hit. We're like, oh my gosh. So everyone in the world carpools. I would say this is based on no research, just feel. I bet you at least half the world has carpooled at some point.
Oh yeah.
Carpooled at some point.
Middle school is for carpooling.
Exactly, bro. Definitely, probably more than half the United States, and then I'm just guessing in other countries too.
Because I for sure, I could walk to my elementary school, but I could not walk to middle school without, it being a huge chore. So
No.
I carpool with someone's mom.
Exactly. So moms take turns driving. We used to carpool to 6 a.m. basketball. I used to carpool with one of my bros who would have staring contests with his dogs. I'd watch that. My mom used to play Menopause the Musical during carpool, and I memorized all the words to that. At one point, also ABBA, a couple CDs on repeat. Also, so funny in carpool, me just trying to listen to The Chronic 2001, being this corny-ass white kid who went to private middle school, and listening to that, bumping it out of the parking lot, and then trying to get respect from the fifth graders, looking down at fifth graders, being like, what, bitch? Yeah, dude, I'm in 8th grade, dude. What up? Just looking down. Hilarious. And then my mom just being like, I don't know, I guess he's changing. This is part of development. All right, cool. I'm glad she let me be me. Took some time to learn. But the best was this kid, Troy. Troy used to stand out on his curb, and we lived up the street, and there was a cul-de-sac at the end, and my brother was running late, so my mom's tried to pull this sick-ass move. She's like, I'm just going to back down to Troy's house so I don't have to go further down the street, turn all the way around, not in the cul-de-sac, then come back up to pick up my brother Matt, who was running late. So my mom's backing down, and there was construction going on, and it's sort of on a curved street. And freaking dude, this construction worker's flying up in his truck at 7 a.m. My mom's backing down the wrong way. and the construction trucker like luckily weaves out like into these bushes and avoids my mom. My mom cuts the other way, avoids the construction worker. So there's no accident. They avoid each other, but then my mom panics and she keeps hitting the gas and like her brain like gets into panic mode and she can't like remember where the brake is. And I remember my mom looks at me and she goes, "Ah!" and like yells, and I was like, oh my God. And it was the car luckily had a handbrake. So I like pull this e-brake, and dude, my mom blasts the fucking retaining wall where Troy used to stand. Dude, luckily, thank God, Troy was late that day too. Or because, no, we were early. Slightly early for Troy because my brother was running behind. All timing. This is some Benjamin Button shit, bro. And my mom blasts this retaining wall where Troy, who also had a vision issue, dude, he would have never fucking seen us coming. Yeah, bro, he would have been dead, dude. This would have been the worst day ever, but luckily just hit the retaining wall. No airbags even deployed. Kind of a janky construction job if we're being honest. Obviously we fixed it. The car. I remember my Troy's mom came out and she was just like, "I guess I'll drive today." Hilarious, dude. Dude, she was a chill lady, dude. She used to always listen to jazz, bro. She'd have the jazz station on, but here's the thing, dude. She also was big into exercise, so she would do like morning, like maybe rode her stationary bike or I don't know what exercise she was into, but would get into the car in her exercise gear, and dude, always smelled so bad. And I was the oldest, so I'd sit up front and I'd be like, oh my God, dude, Troy's mom, dude, just coming off an exercise. I'm like, this is so brutal. But it's formative. You need to suffer like that to live a little bit. You can't have everything perfect. Also, I ripped off Troy. I traded him a DVD of, what's that Mel Gibson Vietnam movie?
We Were Soldiers.
We Were Soldiers. Traded him a We Were Soldiers DVD for his paintball gun. I ripped his ass off. His mom called and said, look, we can't have that deal going down, dude. Had to give the paintball gun back. Super huge bust. It was a sick ass gun. It was a Spider too with an extended barrel. Would have been really sick. Didn't even have a CO2 tank. Would have had to have rented that, but that's chill. Never even got to use it. It's like tragedy.
It's like selling the dead parrot to the blind kid.
Yep, that's exactly what it was, dude. I ripped him off, dude. Never trust me in a business deal, dude. I'm gonna get mine. So that was pretty gold. Also, there was this kid, Eric, who lived down the street. We'd carpool with him. Big ass family, 3 kids carpooling. It was always a suburban stuff to the max. Everyone had Suburbans. This is Orange County, and this kid Eric was the youngest, and we would always be late. When we'd pick up Eric, it would always make us late because he would be coming out bawling, crying, not taking his multivitamin. You could tell this was a battle. It was like the Flintstone multivitamins, and I'd see his dad go, "Put it in your mouth. Put it in your mouth. Take the vitamin. Take the vitamin." He, nah, nah, nah. And when we'd all be go, "Eric, just take it. Just take the vitamin, dude. We're gonna be. Let's go." And you were like, "Well, you're making us late." And he'd go, "Ah!" And he'd always get in the way back because he was the youngest. Sat in the way back right seat, youngest. And then I remember about I don't know, could have been a year later, sometimes during the summer, don't know. It was like summer basketball practice, and we were carpooling, and I was being chill. I was like, dude, I'll sit in the back, whatever. I don't give a fuck, whatever. I was just happened to sit in the way back because I was all about that shoddy, dude. What up? And fucking, I look in the back cup holder, and it is filled to the top and overflowing.
Oh, jeez.
With half-eaten, disgusting multivitamins. He'd spit them out right in there.
Oh.
In someone else's car.
Oh.
Want to hear the best part? Do you know how big Eric is as an adult now? He's like 6'8", 3 bills. So imagine if that guy took his vitamins, dude. He'd be 7 feet. He'd be 9 feet tall, dude. Dude would be 9 feet tall. He'd be wrestling. He'd be, dude. I'm like, dude. That's why I told him. I go, bro. Thank God you didn't take your multivitamins, bro. You wouldn't fit on a commercial flight. But he's proportional. He looks great.
Barely does.
Yeah, you're right. What about you, Aaron? You got a goodie before we dive into some of this history?
I mean, my buddy's dad carpooled us, and he probably had Keystone Light in his coffee mug.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's great. Yeah, when the dad would drive sometimes.
Yeah, he had a bit of a road rage thing too.
That's the best.
Or if his mom drove, she was smoking. It's like, ugh.
Oh no.
Like, yeah, I deal with either one of those.
So brutal. It's tough, man. Oh yeah, smoking and drinking. Drinking and driving, dude, especially with the kids in the car, dude.
It was a big ass truck. Like it wouldn't take damage. It only gives it.
Yeah, he was just banking on that. He's like, look, I'm just going to plow into whatever I go through. Troy's retaining wall, dude. I'll just go straight into Troy's living room. Doesn't matter. I'll crash into Troy's kitchen and grab myself a fresh beer. Don't worry, I'm still driving, Troy's mom. Don't worry. Finish your jazzercise. Dude, that's hilarious, bro. So, just a little light research here. I think today, no, let's go back into, before I theorize, let's just go back through into the history of motherfucking carpooling. Okay. So I mentioned shortly after the Model T gets rolled out by your boy, Henry Ford, who's actually kind of a bad guy. Actually, I should take that back. But guy was an industrialist, one of the best there was. Yep. When you think about that. So at the end of 1914, there's a big recession. World War I, we're on the brink of it, right? So cheap automobiles are actually on the streets. So in San Francisco, this is where San Francisco's got a lot of history, dude. For being a piece of shit city now, a lot went down in SF. And also you need to carpool and you need a car. You can't walk around that city, dude. Way too hilly. So new car owners, due to this recession, they're looking for work. They go, dude, hop in my seat. Give me a nickel or whatever it is, which is actually led to this phrase called jitney, Jitney, this jitney craze, which sounds racist for some reason, but it's not.
It does, yeah.
It actually is a derivative from the Louisiana Creole French jitney. I'm probably saying that wrong. Aaron, how's your French? Jetn, one of those fucking hyphenated EEs. Jitney.
No, I think it's jitney. Just
jitney.
Yeah.
So
like fiance.
That's what. Oh yeah, you're right. Jitney. That is what would mean 5 cents. Jitney, it was how you would say nickel colloquially, and that got bastardized into jitney. And so these were the first, and a nickel was the first fare charged in these unlicensed cabs, basically, people's personal cars. So it emerged illegally. I'm sure Uber researched that too, where they're like, let's just create the app. Fuck it. Like Uber and Lyft and all these rideshare companies basically did the jitney. And I think the Uber guy's French too. French, dude. So,
when I was in Paris, I was talking to our we had a driver from the hotel,
mm-hmm.
and I was like, "Do many people use Uber here?" And he was like, "What?" And I was like, "Do many people use Uber here?" He's like thinking to himself, and then all of a sudden he goes, "Oh, Uber,
dude, exactly.
Like, come
Uber.
Come on, man.
I know
it's Uber. Like,
yeah,
it's the same,
bro. Exactly.
I said it.
Can't you hear my accent?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna judge things. I'm just gonna be like, what to think about? Yeah,
oh,
bro,
Uber,
very
Uber,
French.
yeah, Uber.
Did you
Uber.
ask him for a cigarette? And he's like, wait, what? And then you go, cigarette?
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, yes, oui. Oui. You know, a common mispronunciation is we say we as Americans. It's actually oui.
Yeah.
Oui.
Or if you're really wet.
Wet. Depending which part of the region you're from.
Yeah.
So this jitney ride sharing took place, illegally for years. Then we come out of this recession, roaring 20s, people are affording vehicles more. Of course, it picks up more during the Great Depression. Then we get to WW Deuce, bro. Okay? So now the government is facing needs to conserve fuel. Everything's geared towards the war effort, right? So in order to go, and a lot of people are working these factory jobs, and their jobs are war effort jobs. So companies would set up, so you would have, this is what I mentioned earlier, you'd have private corporations as well as federal incentives for people to carpool to work, and hang out with basically schmoles when you're going to work. I mean, dude, and working in valet now, it made me think about it too. And it's also sort of what I thought of the idea too, because we're parking we have a sister hotel in LA, and we're parking a lot of their cars, and because they have to because there's a construction project going on, like that, like I said, incentivize. Now they're incentivized to carpool not that they get charged for parking, but it's just a little easier. They don't have to worry about their own car or parking it now, and people can come and go together. Maybe they park elsewhere and they have their own situation figured out. So it just made me think about, adults and people carpooling to work now. Like, it's great. Look, it's eco-friendly. It's going to save you some coin, especially now they still have this that they do. Like, it's mainly in the DC area or in the East Coast where they have a lot of toll roads. We have them out here, but it's more so on the East Coast, where you have sort of like these car clubs where they would call it slugging. And I think that's based on like the noise of when you put it in the machine, but it's to share the toll costs. So everyone in the carpool, they, rather than paying whatever the toll fee is now, it's probably astronomical. Everyone in the carpool splits it. It's just so it's economically incentivized. But in the 70s, I'm jumping ahead a little bit here. People said if they have a vehicle available, they will use it unless there's other, other. I don't want to keep saying the word incentivizing, but unless there's other factors that will sway people to use carpool methods.
Sweat.
It's sweat.
That's sway. Sweat.
It's sweat. I'm going to speak French from now. It's sweat. Dank. That's more like German. How would you say? Danke is, of course, thank you in German. That's how you'd say freaking dank. But Dank. Oh, history is a Dank. But dude, just imagine going to work, right? You work in an office. You got to hang out with these other adults and carpool all day long. Dude, your own mental space is so valuable to you. And then you got to carpool with someone. It's just, dude, 5 adults riding quiet together, not talking. Maybe there's a book on tape they can all listen to, the Da Vinci Code. How many times can you listen to that, though?
Because an adult carpool is not like...
Oh, bro.
Your house to middle school is 5 minutes.
Yeah.
6 tops, 10. An adult carpool can be a half hour, 45 an hour.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Both ways.
Ugh.
Then someone else gets stuck running a little late coming home from work or this or that.
Yeah.
Then you're stuck now at work. Then you're supposed to go home and exercise. Oh.
It be in your children's lives.
And then, then go hang out with your kid. Oh.
Ugh.
The amount of me time. Oh, gone. It's tough. Got to put food on the table, though. I guess it beats, feudal medieval times when you live to 35, die of a staph infection, or, have absolutely no human rights. But still, what a bust, dude.
Yeah.
What a fat bust. Imagine some guy super Christian. Nothing against that. But he's trying to spread God's word every trip. Corner you.
Oh boy.
Imagine in this era, the QAnon era, guys got theories on the government, vaccines, all that.
Oh,
Working from home is
you run
nice.
the risk in any Uber you get in, but yeah.
Yeah, that's true. You're not wrong about that. They got a ton of theories coming your way. Every Uber you get in, I hear a new theory now. The moon, the eclipse.
That should be a clickable option. There's the quiet option, and then there's the conspiracy option.
Yeah, you have the... Dude, I want to hear your theories. Want driver social theories. Hilarious.
Can my driver be Bigfoot? I also want that as an option.
Yeah, dude. I saw Sasquatches driving Uber, bro. Don't you know that's where you see them? During the eclipse, dude, just park in an Uber, look through the moonroof, and just let them tell you all sorts of facts, dude, of why if April 8th is about a government, shutdown, dude. Government's going to get us on April 8th, steal our data during the eclipse, so we're all looking elsewhere. Dude. Is an eclipse the best day for pickpockets? Everyone's looking up the sky, gets a little bit dark. Yoink, yoink.
Yeah.
Not bad.
Why not?
So, yeah, man, I'm just saying, Ubering as an adult, or carpooling, I mean, it's rough. Something that seems less bad about taking the train. The bus might even seem more appealing. I don't know. I rode the bus. It's pretty bad.
Yeah.
Bus, you get some psychopaths. You have a drunk dude who's going to piss in the back, break a bottle, maybe attack someone.
I mean, the train's no picnic either.
No, it's not. It's not.
But at least it's quick.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to deal with traffic.
And if you sit up top, it's pretty tight. Probably you drive the train, just lock yourself in the bathroom.
Oh, I meant the subway, but yeah.
Oh, yeah, subway, no bathroom. Yeah, subway, yeah.
At least it's quick, but it can be rough.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. You can always, you just get off. Speaking of get off, there's probably a dude getting off on a seat next to you.
Seen it.
Cranking it. Yeah. Been there, done that too. Yeah. Actually, I shouldn't say done that. Been there, seen it. Been there, seen it. Aaron, that was me. Remember we were traveling together? Yeah, that was nice.
Oh, shit.
I really needed to get one out before we saw the Natural History Museum there in New York. Aaron, I just got to give one more stop left, Aaron. Aaron, just watch my 6. So World War II, you see this, and you have also this hilarious ad campaign. The government teams up with, these private companies. I think like Chevron, these oil refineries were some of the examples used in this article that I read. Oil industry companies, but other companies were doing it as well. But they get this $8 million ad campaign, which in like $1940 is like $100 million nowadays. And they come up with this hilarious slogan, and it says, it's this poster that they're putting all over the country that said, "When you ride alone, you ride with Hitler." To guilt people into starting the carpool, dude. So, and that people would buy into that. So if they saw someone driving by themselves, like you need to go pick up milk or something, they'd be like, "You love Hitler? What, you didn't take someone with you to the store?" Hilarious, bro. One of the best jokes I ever saw was this. It was somewhat ironic because I was riding with a guy when he did it, but he's like, "Dude, I'm going to drive in the carpool lane." He's like, but he was smart when he delivered it. He goes, "I even do it by myself so I can do my part, help the environment." So he would just drive in the carpool. He's like, "Yeah, bro, it's better for the environment. I'm just going to drive in there."
I see a lot of people do it.
Yeah. Oh, dude.
On my drive home, yeah.
I think it happens all the time. You honestly have to look at, we've all done it. I've done it for a couple exits, and you kind of look back, you're like, "Oh shit." And then you look at that motorcycle come up on you. When I was looking at Reddit, you see people would put like funny, like, they'd get like mannequins or like those fathead things. I remember I see a dude with a fathead Goldberg sitting next to him in the carpool lane, so it looked like it was someone sitting next to him. Hilarious. But yeah, man, you look over on the right-hand side, it's like the traffic's so bad, like something does need to change. I don't know if it's going to be carpooling because people's personalities will need to change. Let's be honest, we don't like each other. If I meet someone, I don't dislike them necessarily, but I don't want them in my life. When you're an adult, that's the thing about being in middle school. You're forced into that situation. You can't drive. You have to go to school. You have another choice. Your parents have to go to work. You have to. As an adult, you can work hard, get your own car. We hate each other so much that we'd rather sit in our own car, probably take about 2 more hours to get to wherever we're going, commuting, saying both ways, then carpool and hang out with other people with our own mental space, and then get home quicker. Like that half hour, 45 minutes that we were talking about would probably go down if everyone was carpooling.
Yeah.
But you'd have to hang out with these people. There'd be schmoles.
Yeah.
There'd be inconveniences. And let's be honest, a car with a full tank of gas, that's freedom, baby.
Yep.
In a Keystone Light, half-lit cig, out the window, unbuttoned, shirt, some Jeffrey Dahmer glasses, just go around and pick up hitchhikers. See who can be creepier. That's what I want to do. I want to go around, see how desperate someone is for a ride, but show up and look so creepy and be like, "Nah, we're good. We'll just wait for the next one." It's not a bad move. At least I can say, "Hey, I can feel good about offering. I just have a really creepy vibe. Hey, you want to get in? It's cool. It's a free ride. You don't need to pay me, but can I put a cigarette out on you? Is that cool?" "No." "Oh, okay. All right, catch you later. I'm just actually gonna park here for a little bit and smoke this. I'm gonna go ahead and just smack down this gort real quick. I'll help you wait for a ride." Dude, if someone ever offers to help you wait, that's a creep. Go wait elsewhere. "Yeah, no, I'll help you wait." Granted, I guess that's called manners. I guess that's called chivalry. But if a stranger, someone rolls up on you while you're already waiting and they go, "Hell, I'll help you wait." Nah, good. Hitchhiking, creepy. That went downhill. Have you ever hitchhiked?
No.
Nah, neither have I.
No, that was before our time.
Yep. Too many weirdos, man.
Yeah.
One of these things, that beautiful thing that I read in this article, in the 70s, there was a big fuel shortage.
You know what probably killed hitchhiking? Pee-wee's Big Adventure.
Yeah. Yeah. You know what probably killed hitchhiking is the people who picked everyone up killed all the hitchhikers.
Well, there's that. Yeah.
And then they're gone. This guy in the 70s said he was working for Xerox and Chevron, and they organized carpool for their employees. And he said he picked up his future wife on their first date with a carpool van.
Oh.
Yeah, in the 70s. You imagine that, going on a date, getting picked up in a carpool van. You look at it and you go, never, how could I? But now you look back, that's kind of charming. It's economical. It also creates conversation. You can be, there's a schmoll in there. Now you're teamed up. It's what society needs, man. We need everyone. It's all about I, me, staying alone, having stuff brought to you. Part of us needs to get out there a little bit. Don't get me wrong. I like to stay inside. I am a Wi-Fi jack-off guy. But I'll tell you, I went and did this Tough Mudder. Also forgot to do that. Big shout out. Should have done this at the top. Big shout out to Mike Bertolina. He's the CEO of ATC. He's about 10 years my senior, and he's not an old man by any means, but I had hubris, and I've been training for this. I've been afraid. Mike's done a few Tough Mudders. We did the 10-plus mile run. It was like a 15K, up and down hills and shit, Glen Ellen Speedway, where they do sick-ass motorsports. Travis fucking Pastrana's out there just ripping it up back in his heyday. And Mike is an absolute tank. The guy kicked my ass, dude. My IT bands were locking up. He was so chill. I'd be like, dude, go ahead and run. He's like, look, if I don't go a little faster, I'll start tightening up. I go, yeah, bro. He goes, go ahead. He goes, but I'll meet you at obstacles. We do every obstacle together. I didn't do the electric shock ones. Fuck that. But Mike did. He's tough. And then the best part though is we come to this hero carry one. It's like, think of a action movie where like, and Apocalypse Now or whatever, someone gets shot and you got to throw the soldier over your back, like Forrest Gump style. Get him out of the woods, throwing him over your shoulder, hero carrying him. So you're supposed to use that like method, but we're both like, fuck it, let's just piggyback each other, which is totally fine. And it goes, okay, switch halfway through. Mike's like, dude, I'll go first. I'm like, Mike, excuse me. I'm like, Mike, thank you, bro. I'm tired as fuck. I get on his back. He goes down this hill, then up this hill, and then that's where you're supposed to switch. We switch, and mine's just an entire flat.
Oh, shit.
It was amazing. And bro, he went up that hill. He got me up there. Dude, it was so impressive, bro. I mean, the guy, I really got to give it to him. I thought I was going to kick his ass. I was like, yeah, dude, I'm like, he's going to be waiting for me. No, not the case. Not the case at all. He was a beast, bro. It's fun, man. The obstacles are fun, but dude, you could get hurt so easily. You could be taking it so easy. You could be in the best shape ever, and all it takes is someone rolling over an obstacle and falling on you. You know what I mean? Like, it could easily happen. Twisting your ankle on any rock, a million different ways. But that's what you sign up for. I'm glad I did it. Anyway, back to this beautiful story. I love that these guys were carpooling. You pick up your date on a carpool. That's a beautiful thing. Going back and forth from work. Also in the 70s, working 9 to 5, might have been a little bit later, but now women who weren't, maybe the household only had one car, they need a way to get to work. Boom, that's carpooling right there. So just sort of these natural effects.
Well, there also used to be entire towns based in one industry. So like,
yeah, all
your neighbors work at the same place. Why would you drive a separate?
Exactly. It's exactly. Freaking, it's incentive. There is, anytime I say the word incentive on the rest of this podcast, I will say it in French. It is incentivized for them to go in such a manner. Yeah, so I mean, now it's like you said, people, they work in different industries. People can work from home. Carpooling generally sucks. And I think carpooling will come back when we do get, if we even want it back, which we probably should, because sitting in traffic sucks in these major metropolitan areas. LA, DC, New York, Atlanta.
It's not like
everywhere.
Carpool lanes don't get also clogged. They do.
100%. During the rush hours, during the commutes, it's terrible. You can't go anywhere. And it dictates your life. Traffic dictates life, dude. Like, people make choices around it. My wife hates living in LA because of the traffic. Like, she's like, we need to move. Like, really affects people negatively, man. I'm just happy to be part of something bigger than myself. If I'm lonely, I'll just go hang out in traffic. Maybe I'm an anomaly. Maybe I just want to carpool. I like to talk. I'm an annoying guy. I would talk too much. Dude, put on History is Dank. Pop it in the carpool. Bring people together.
That's what I'm saying.
That's what's up. So help out podcasting industry. I like that. Or just people sit there in silence. Or take a phone call loud. Imagine that, like at Starbucks or something, in the line at Starbucks. Brutal. Some people do it brutal. Some people love doing it. It's a power flex. Move the units. Yeah, cool. All right, let's hop on a call. Yeah, we're going to hop on a call with Sal tomorrow morning. We'll talk that. We'll circle back. Using all that stupid ass lingo. Yeah, touch base. This whole phone call is unnecessary. Could have just been a text. Mad. Now I'm mad. But until we get, I mean, I don't know if a train is the thing, because people love their cars. But maybe just having good programs. They do have carpool programs. They do have those things in California. But really what it is, you can have all the government incentive. It will take more economic factors like tolls or something like that, or benefits or incentives to be like, if you carpool, you get free in and out, something sick like that. I don't know. You can go home from work earlier if you prove that you carpooled. Also, we need to like each other. But that's the thing, we don't. People don't want to hang out. You can only hang out so much. There's only so much energy that can come out of one body, you know? And only so many conversations that can be had, or sitting next to someone. Should only be 4 per car. You put an adult in the middle seat, can't be done. Unless you've got the third row, then you can go 6. Bucket seats, baby. And that's the move. Maybe the next step is this self-driving stuff. Because then you can get work done, but there's going to be trial and error. That'll be it. You take a self-drive to work. You can take it back. You can carpool with people you don't know. Come and go. Because we want stuff that's on demand. It has to be more on demand. And maybe you're not beholden and they're locked into other people's schedules. So I think it's going to be this blend of bus and individual vehicle carpooling. Bus/train.
I think we get investing on teleportation technology.
I mean, I'm down with that.
It's the only way.
I'm so down with that. Whoops, just teleport it straight into the paintball. Oh, with Troy's gun later. Later, dude. Brr, brr. Dude, teleporting would be so sick.
Yeah.
That'll solve all of our problems. You're right. You're not wrong. Aaron's rarely wrong. Look, he's not always right, but damn, the man's rarely wrong.
Yeah.
Tell you that right fucking now. So, I mean, carpool, it affected all of our lives. It has a place in all of our interpersonal lives and development. You know, it's just tough. Some people have crushes. One of the carpool moms that drove us, total babe. That was nice.
Nice.
That was nice. So that was cool. It was, it's not all bad. There's a silver lining, right? But yeah, I think it's really a call for people to, and here's the thing. So much what I've been saying, hey, people, we need to start liking each other. You know how it starts? Point the thumb. You got to become more chill. You got to become a chill ass dude to carpool with. You know what I'm saying? Have a sick story. Freaking get jacked. Have something cool to talk about, hang out, or pop in those headphones, bro. You got to be the man. Be the change you want to see. Be chill. Be the person you'd want to carpool with. Then it'll start happening. That's all I'm saying. Can't start pointing and be like, no, dude, you need to be more chill. There's a little bit of that, though, There are some, and there's always going to be schmoles. But then we put the schmoles in the same car together, and then they thrive. That's how it goes. I don't know, man. I was just interested to be like, when did carpool? I was like, who did the first ever carpool? And was it boys being like, let's do this? And it can be stoke inducing. Like before Uber and stuff, when we were in college, we would have like one of the younger dudes DD us and we would drive. And that was always the most fun. He would drive and we would ride is what I mean. He was the sober one. That's a fun time till someone bokes.
Yeah.
One last story before we leave. One of the best times is we went, buddy of mine got engaged. We all went friggin' raging on the peninsula, dude, hitting Malarkeys, hitting fucking Rudy's, dude, hitting frickin' Shore Bar, dude, just getting it done out there, dude. And Blue Danube, or the Blue Beat over there, Sharkies, dude, and stopping for a little food. just hitting the peninsula and hitting it hard, dude. Surgical strike. And we were coming back, and one of my boys, Kyle, got a little too fucked up, dude. And we're driving him home, and that night I was DDing. And we're driving back, and we're using my car, and made a few, we like dropped some other guys off, and we're kind of at the last crew, me and one or two other buddies. And Kyle's like, we got to pull over. And he bokes. And he was a soldier. He missed my whole car. He called it when my boy Greg saw. He's like, hey, Kyle's going to boke. I'm like, all right, cool. Pulled over. He boked outside the car. All good. Got a little on his shirt. I think we took his shirt off. It's all good. We're going to drop him off at home. It's just friggin' summertime SoCal. He's good. He doesn't need a lid, dude. Hold the shirt. All good. Crack the windows a little bit just in case it smells. We're not that far anyway, about 5-minute ride. And we get home. And this is during college. And, or shortly after. And we're dropping him off, and his dad comes out. Sweet man. And he's like, oh, you boys got after it pretty hard tonight, huh? And JT had the best line. He goes, no, just Kyle. And his dad's face just dropped. He's like super worried about his son, because Kyle's a great guy, does great. And he's like, no, we're kidding. Yeah, a lot of guys did. He's just the last drop off. It was fucking gold, dude. So you get these beautiful moments. Sometimes with a little bit of the right amount of pain comes a great memory, and carpooling can deliver that. So yeah, man, formative years. Maybe there's something better as an adult. I think teleportation is the move, Aaron. You called it. We look at our history, we look at what went wrong, and realize the changes that we need. And carpooling, yeah, it shouldn't come back. We need to teleport, or everyone just needs to freaking post up, chill, take a freaking, or if your carpool became that Coors Light train, think about that.
Ooh.
The Coors Light train, remember that ad campaign?
Yeah. Blasting
through stadiums and NFL games and shit. I'd hop on that Silver Bullet Express. Get to work, no problem. Maybe the guy that used to drive you in carpool was already on that Silver Bullet Express, dude.
Very likely.
Him and his F-250. Dualies. All right, dudes. If you have any good carpool stories, email me. Check them. I'll share them on the next pod. I love hearing that type of stuff. I didn't really even find good ones on Reddit. I want to share a few bangers, but nothing that fun. So email me, questions, comments, suggestions. Always freaking stay stoked, and we'll catch you guys on the next one, dude. And if you do carpool and got any good stuff, let me know. Or if you have any future travel solutions, let me know, dude. We'll invest, bro. All right, dude, late.